All right, y'all, we are back with another video. I definitely had to bring y'all this. Now, we all know that Zoran Mamdani is a liar, and a lot of New Yorkers fell for it. They believed everything this man was saying. It's going to be free buses. He's going to freeze your rent, government-run grocery stores. And now it's just been a panic in New York City, especially after his latest attack on President Trump. And as his free bus scam just blew up in his face. And not only that, that's the reason why I told y'all the other day that Kathy Hochul has a lot to do with this. Now, she did come out and say that, you know, she don't really support his free bus scam, taxing, raising taxes on white people and all of this stuff. But if y'all notice something, why didn't Kathy Hochul say that before he got elected? She waited till after he got elected and started saying, I don't support Zoran on this. I'm not going to raise taxes. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. So she's just much of a scam as he is, because she knew she was not going to pass anything that he was proposing about freezing rent, free buses. She knew she was not going to support. She knew she didn't support that. But what she did, she waited until he got elected and then came out and said she was not supporting it. And that's the reason why, if y'all realized the other day, that Elise Stefanik is now running to be governor of New York City, and now Kathy Hochul, she's in full panic mode right now. And like I said, you got a lot of people in New York City that is upset. They say, oh, he lied to us. We was telling y'all that this man is a liar. I done played numerous of clips telling y'all this. Not only that, Tom Homan just went off on him, because he's talking about arresting ICE agents and all type of stuff. We about to dive straight into it. Please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout out to everybody showing so much support, and shout out to the one that always watches the entire video. I appreciate all of you that do that let me know in the comment section that you did. Stay to the end of the video, because it definitely helped push the video out there, and it helps get President Trump's message out there. So I appreciate everybody showing so much support on these videos. So please let me know in the comment section that you did stay to the end and you did subscribe to the channel with your notifications turned on to all. All right. So without further ado, let's start it out right here. About Rick Scott, he said, Democrats already have buyer's remorse as Zoran Mamdani's free promises aren't all they're cracked up to be. Fact, Zoran is a fraud. Free everything sounds nice until reality hits. And that's exactly what happened. So now, like I said, you got this woman coming out, Kathy Hochul, talking about she don't support anything he does. And then not only that, look what he did right here. So look at this. Communist Zoran Mamdani just abandoned all of his supporters and his entire platform. He said in order for him to make changes and make things free, his supporters must send him money. Not only that, send him money and his transition team. So that's why I've been showing this clip, just in case nobody's seen it. Check it out.
Good morning, New York City. Thank you. Last night we made history, and today we begin the work of making a new administration. Welcome to the transition. This is the period over the next few months where we build a city hall that delivers on the promises of our campaign, to make New York City affordable and to make government accountable to the people it serves. As we prepare to govern, we'll start announcing the leaders who will help implement our agenda. People like deputy mayors, who oversee entire areas of government, and the commissioners who carry out the critical work of city agencies. These appointments will be driven by excellence, integrity, and a hunger to solve old problems with new solutions. Talking to organizers on the front lines of the fight to improve our city, government veterans with proven track records, policy experts from around the country and the world, and working people who know better than anyone what our neighborhoods deserve. And this will be a period, like the campaign we ran and the city hall to come, defined by transparency. Because New Yorkers deserve a government they can trust. On January 1st, I will be your mayor. New Year's Day, and a new era for this city. Oh, and one more thing. Remember how I told you a few months ago to stop sending us money? You can start again. This
man started laughing and said, you know how I told y'all a few months you can stop sending me money, and I'm going to say it again, like I done said probably about the fourth or fifth time. The reason why he said stop sending him money because George Soros had already funneled him $40 million to help him in his campaign. Now that he's been elected, now he want New Yorkers' money after promising them free buses, freezing their rent and all of this. Now he's asking you for money.
New era for this city. Oh, and one more thing. Remember how I told you a few months ago to stop sending us money? You can start again. This transition requires staff, research, and an infrastructure that can meet this moment. And it will be made possible by the people who built and believe in this movement. So I hope you'll make a donation at transition2025.com.
Wow.
Now let's get to work.
Absolutely just fake. And not only that, y'all, he didn't stop there. The man's talking about confiscating people's property and stuff in New York City.
Starting on day one, we will expand the city's special enforcement programs, doubling fines for hazardous violations and tripling them for conditions that are immediately dangerous. And when a really bad landlord, like this guy, refuses to fix the city's going to step in, make the repairs, and send them the bill.
Watch next.
If that doesn't work, the city's taking over the building. We're putting the worst landlords out of business.
He says, we're going to take over the building.
So it's theirs. It's the city's.
So you mean like seize the means of production,
That's
like
exactly
communists?
Wait a minute.
So he's saying the quiet part out loud,
Yes.
and people voted for it.
That's right.
Just absolutely crazy. Y'all just seen that. Like, this man is a freaking fake. Then if you see this right here by Mike Anderson, he said it didn't take long for Mamdani to do a 180 and prove himself to be a complete liar. We're 2 seconds in. Check it out.
A visit by a mayor of New York is always considered significant. Where would you go first, Mr. Mamdani?
I would stay in New York City. My plans are to address New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs and focus on that.
2 seconds later.
Just lying. So he literally just said he was going to stay in New York City. And then if you see right here, let me go back. Zoran Mamdani's Puerto Rico visit comes days after he defeated former Governor Andrew Cuomo and Republican Curtis Sliwa in New York City's mayoral race. And then, like I said before, this man does nothing but lie. Even this clip that I'm about to show y'all now just proves that he's a liar. So, like I said, man, just absolutely insane. Then look at this right here. It's like a man from New York City asked a bus driver when the free buses will start. The bus driver laughs and says, "That's a good one. That's never going to happen." Another lie told by Zoran Scamdani. So if you look right here, this is a guy in New York. Pretty much he's walking up to a bus, finding out when the free buses start now that Mamdani won. Let's check it out.
Excuse me, sir, I have a question. So I saw on the bus it said, and I see the sign that says fares required. I thought the buses were supposed to be free now because, like, Mamdani just won.
That's good. That's a good one.
When does that start?
That's never gonna stop.
Never gonna happen?
That was fucking
all right, well, I want to say I appreciate what you do, my guy.
funny.
All right, have a good one, my guy. Listen, you are the heart and soul, the backbone of New York. Stay safe.
I don't care if you come off for free. I got you.
W man, thank you, bro. Have a good one.
I've been doing free buses before, Mamdani. I'm the man.
Yes, sir. All right, you got to run for the next election.
So obviously you heard the man that said that, just in case y'all didn't hear, we'll play it again, but you can hear the man saying that's never going to happen. It's never going to be any free buses. And like I said before, Kathy Hochul knew this. She knew everything he was promising on the campaign trail was a lie, and she did not come out and say anything about it. She didn't say anything about it. So if you take it back, just check it out again.
I have a question. So I saw on the bus it said, and I see the sign that says fares required. I thought the buses were supposed to be free now because, like, Mamdani just won.
That's good. That's a good one.
When does that start?
That's never gonna stop.
Never gonna happen?
Wow, he says it's never going to happen. And people fell for it.
No, and we knew a lot of his freebies are not going to be able to happen, because economically we cannot make it happen. I mean, look at Hochul coming against him today and saying, we cannot give free buses. Well, she's the one who endorsed him when he was talking about this nonsense. What, did you think he's just filling in?
When people make economic decisions based upon a government shutdown, that's not going to go well for the economy.
Are willing to lie, deceive, say whatever they have to say to get elected. Once they get elected, they know they can do whatever they want to do, and it doesn't matter if they do not impose every single thing or accomplish every single thing that they promise.
Right.
All they have to do is get the camel's nose in the tent, and then you can start little by little, inch by inch, getting your whole body into the tent and getting whatever you want to get done.
Yeah.
Then look at this. Reality hits Zoran Mamdani's base. Governor Kathy Hochul has shut down his radical communist plans for free buses and taxing the rich. His supporters got absolutely played. And I know a lot of y'all watching me, y'all seen me go over this. I was putting out numerous of videos warning New Yorkers And we had got hundreds of thousands of views on those videos, warning them not to do it. This man is a liar. He's a communist. President Trump warned you. And he pretty much did what Kamala Harris did, except she didn't get elected. But she tried to lie her way into office. Start lying about her working at McDonald's. She still ain't cleared that up yet. Ain't showed no proof, ain't got no pictures or nothing. Never worked at McDonald's, and she ran on saying it. So check out Kathy Hochul pretty much downplaying everything that, he said, but she went along with it until, he got elected. Then she come out. So that just make her a fraud too.
Well, I guess I'm from Buffalo. We don't put up with a lot of crap. So I just want to set the stage that, you look at the history of people who've run multi-million-dollar ad campaigns to try and get me to change my position. I don't change my position. So I just want to put it out there. I respect people's opinions.
Somebody should ask her, like, why, if you knew you wasn't going to pass none of this or support it, why didn't you come out before he got elected? Somebody need to ask her that.
Respect the proper place to convey them. And so I've said to people, I hear you. And that was important. But also, there's a time and place. And so that's all on that. No, I've had conversations on this trip, but many conversations, I'd say over the summer and the fall, that were important, that led to an understanding of what's in the realm of possibility, shared ambitions, but what is doable is the question. And so, no, we're aligned on so many of these issues. I've made it clear where I have strong disagreements with issues that really do not pertain to, the governance of New York City. I've said you need to get a police commissioner that people trust, who has a record of accomplishment to keep the trajectory that we're on right now, which is crime is going down. Crime
That's
is
a
going
lie.
down significantly. You don't say mission accomplished, but that is a great trend. So him agreeing with that assessment, that recommendation to keep Jessica Tisch, was an important statement on many fronts. So I'm looking forward to, him having our teams keep a lot of conversations with our teams. We said we'd be talking, actually I'm meeting him very soon to talk about our response if there is a surge of ICE agents and National Guard that do come, perhaps after his inauguration, and how we can be proactive in preventing that from happening. And that's the state I'm in right now, prevent that from happening. So we've had a lot of conversations. So no, I think there's a mutual respect. And that's gonna,
this woman is fake.
Go deeper.
So that's a perfect.
She is just fake. And y'all let me know, do y'all agree with me on that? That why didn't she come out before? If she knew she didn't support his free bus, the government run grocery stores, raising taxes, and especially he said on white neighborhoods. It's exactly what he proposed. She knew she didn't support any of it, and she still didn't say anything before he got elected because she knew it would hurt his election. But she knew the whole time that he was lying. But it didn't stop there. I want y'all to check out what Tom Homan had to say about Zoran scam done and pretty much threatening ICE.
Hey, Tom, it's Nicole Sapphire. I want to switch gears, go to the New York City mayoral election. It took one day for Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani to start threatening ICE. Take a listen.
To ICE agents and to everyone across this city is that everyone will be held to the same standard of the law. If you violate the law, you must be held accountable. And there is sadly a sense that is growing across this country that certain people are allowed to violate that law, whether they be the president or whether they be the agents themselves.
Now, Tom, you had mentioned earlier that political rhetoric such as this really emboldens these bad guys for violence against ICE officials. And the DHS has reported up to 800% increased assaults against ICE and Border Patrol officers this year, all while staffing remains stretched thin. So my question to you, Tom, is, what are we doing to protect these agents on the ground? Are the current laws strong enough to deter violence against them, or does Congress need to do more?
Well, Pam Bondi and Department of Justice really stepped up. I looked at the number of Title 18, United States Code 111. That's the impeding and interfering ICE law enforcement officers, just federal law enforcement officers, and we're at a historic level of prosecutions. We're going to continue to prosecute. So Mamdani needs to take a look at what happened in Chicago. Mayor Johnson's pushing back. He's not helping. But guess what? We're arresting thousands of people in Chicago every week. We're going to arrest people there tonight. We're going to arrest people there tomorrow. All these, all these mayors who don't want their community safer, they can scream and yell and protest all they want. We're going to be out there tomorrow, we're going to be out the next day. And like I said months ago, in sanctuary cities like Chicago and New York, we will flood the zone. The more agents we hire, we're hiring 10,000 new officers. They'll be flooding the zone in sanctuary cities. Why? Because we know we have a problem in sanctuary cities. We know they're releasing public safety threats from their jails every day back in the community. If he was smart, he led us into Rikers Island so we can arrest a bad guy in the safety and security of a jail rather than him releasing people to the street to reoffend against citizens of the city. So we're going to make New York safe again, with or without him. We would like his partnership, but if you want to stand by and let us do his job for him, that's what we'll do. We're going to make New York safer, New York City safer. President Trump made that promise, and we're keeping that promise. Every criminal alien we take off the street of Chicago, Los Angeles, New York, makes those neighborhoods safer. So you ought to be calling President Trump up and thanking him for making his neighborhood safer.
Tom Homan, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for bringing all this information, and again, good luck with all the work you're doing.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks, Tom.
You got it.
Mr. President, your beloved New York City. Your beloved New York City may well be led by a communist soon, Zoran Mamdani, who in his nomination speech said he will defy ICE and will not allow ICE to arrest criminal aliens in New York City. Your message to communist Zoran Mamdani.
Well, then we'll have to arrest him. Look, we don't need a communist in this country, but if we have one, I'm going to be watching over him very carefully on behalf of the nation. We send him money. We send him all the things that he needs to run a government. And by the way, they get about 3 times what you get, Ron. If you look at the per capita, Florida gets 1/3 of what New York gets in terms of the numbers. Why don't you give us those numbers?
Yeah, well,
because that's what we should send him.
Yeah, well, like sometimes people say Florida gets more because they count Social Security recipients, but that's not money to the state. Those are seniors that live here. If they moved to North Carolina, you could count it there. So it has no interaction with the state government. They get more in the city and state governments than we get.
Right, substantially. We're going to be watching that very carefully, and a lot of people are saying he's here illegally. We're going to look at everything, and ideally. He's going to turn out to be much less than a communist. But right now, he's a communist. That's not a socialist. I've always said, we will not have socialism in this country. In the speeches, I said, well, what? They skipped socialism. And you got a lot of them like that.
So, I mean, y'all heard what Tom Homan said. I mean, he's not playing around at all. So, if you look right here, this is what she was talking to Jessica Tarlaw. Said, people are claiming that Mamdani duped the voters in New York City. I agree with that, with a added convey. He was able to dupe the residents of New York City because Kathy Hochul helped him in that big lie. That's exactly what I just said. That's exactly what I just said, that she helped him because she didn't say anything. Now, if she was supporting it, then I'd be like, oh, well, she supported. I mean, she just as bad as him, which she still is. But when you come out the next couple of days saying you don't support what he's saying, you're not going to do any of that, then you helped him too. Because you knew you didn't support it. But you let him lie to New Yorkers. So that just go to show you she don't care about New Yorkers. She don't care. And that's the reason why Elise Stefanik is not running for governor. And it just has her terrified right now. So it's like Governor Kathy Hochul admits Zoran Mamdani won't be able to fund his socialist programs in New York City because she won't raise taxes on the rich, something she could have came out and said before he got elected, but she didn't. Kathy Hochul is part of the lying Democrat problem. She jumps on bandwagons if she believes it's politically expedient. So, I mean, man, come on.
We know that Mamdani does want to tax the rich more, bring it up about 2%. He can't do that on his own. You've previously said that you wouldn't be raising taxes. Have you reconsidered that stance?
No, I would say one energetic rally does not get me to change my positions.
Okay, if it didn't, then why didn't you say number 4 then? So, like I said, she just as fake and a liar as he is. Because she knew she didn't support that crap. And that goes to show you that Democrats will lie to gain power. So if whatever it takes for them to regain power, to get power, they will lie to you to get it.
assure you. But I do hear people's voices. I process what everybody says, but I'm also have to balance governing this state and making sure that those people who are actually the reason we have a generous, supportive budget that helps lift people up, it's their revenues that we tax. 1.5% of New Yorkers cover about a third of our budget. That's enormous. I'm concerned about out-migration of people who are the ones who are supporting our budget. I cannot make up for that with middle-class tax increases. I cannot do that to the middle class and the struggling New Yorkers. So this is the balance. I mean, this is my position.
Oh, she can't do that to the New York City, the people in New York that's struggling. But I must say it again. Why didn't she say this before he got elected? Where was Kathy Hochul when all this was going on? Why didn't she say this? Why she didn't come out and say, Zoran, I see what you promising, because if you notice something, that type of stuff, him lying, it's going to hurt her as well. And it's hurting her now. Even though, I still want Elise Stefanik to win. So make sure when it's time to vote, please vote for Elise Stefanik to be governor of New York City so she can take Kathy Hochul's position. But she just is a scam artist as he is. Because like I said, she don't support it. She knew she didn't support it. She didn't say anything. And she let this man run around New York City and lie. And she said nothing. Absolutely insane.
You want to see a liar?
I want to say it very clearly. I will not defund the police.
Lie.
I am in favor of defunding the police. I want to speak to the memory of my aunt who stopped taking the subway after September 11th because she did not feel safe in her hijab.
Oh, wait, another lie.
I was speaking about Zerafui, my father's cousin.
Doesn't wear a hijab.
I don't really have opinions about the future of Hamas and Israel beyond the question of justice and safety.
Maybe he's telling the truth on this one. Oh, wait, nope, lie.
The struggle for Palestinian liberation was at the core of my politics and continues to be. I am not, and nor have I ever called for the legalization of prostitution.
You guessed it, lie.
You support decriminalizing prostitution?
Yes. My fundamental belief that sex work is work. I would be happy to work with the president and the administration.
Lie.
We need to be doing here in our city is to end the chapter of collaboration between City Hall and the federal government. I don't believe that the role of the mayor is to police speech.
Lying again.
There are consequences for speaking up in favor of apartheid.
So just find out who you're voting for before you vote who you're voting for.
When you put in communist, and yes, communist policies, that's what Zoran Mamdani is talking about.
He's not a communist.
It never works.
Socialist. He says he's a democratic socialist.
I can't tell what the difference is.
Well, he can describe
Explain what the difference is.
He can describe the differences for you. The socialism is not the same basis of communism in this country. You know that quite well.
The man wants to create government-run grocery stores. He wants free transportation, both of which are impossible to do. Because how is
that communism is a trigger word to try to undermine all of his policies. He's not he says he's a socialist.
I don't need to undermine his policies. His policies undermine himself.
Well,
because they've never worked. Here's all I want him to do. Tell me where they've ever worked. They've never worked. He knows that. I knows that. But what he's trying to do is promise everybody something that they can't have. And the truth is there is no free lunch, just like there's no free bus. Because you know what happens when you have a free bus? There's nobody there to fix it or to drive it. He knows that. I know that. You know that. America does know it. And it's unfortunate that the city of New York, my former home city, is probably going to have to go through this.
And then Hagar, a guy right here that's pretty much saying that he going to vote for Zoran Scamdani 6 times. And it's just funny that how many people in New York City actually did this because they believed that they was going to get free buses. They rent freeze and all of that stuff. Check out what this guy said.
I'm here in New York about to illegally vote for Zoran Mamdani 6 times. Yeah.
He said, I'm about to legally vote for Zoran Scamdani 6 times. He said legally because they able to do it. So how many people actually did this to help get this man in office? Like, this is insane. Check it out. Listen.
I'm here in New York about to illegally vote for Zoran Mamdani 6 times. Yeah.
Absolutely freaking insane, man. Absolutely insane. I mean, this right here is just absolutely, just freaking crazy. But I do want y'all to check out Elise Stefanik when she dropped a groundbreaking ad on Kathy Hochul, because like I said, Elise Stefanik is ready to become governor of New York City. Check this out.
The Empire State has fallen.
People are just going crazy over the amount of taxes here.
There's no question, New York is facing an affordability crisis.
Escape from New York, the tax base has been fleeing the Empire State.
Top leaders in New York City say a wave of migrant crime has washed over the city. Foreign gang members terrorizing innocent New Yorkers. Complete disregard for the law.
And Kathy Hochul's failed policies are to blame.
Worst governor in America. Worst governor in America. Worst governor in America.
Kathy Hochul made New York the most unaffordable state in the nation, crushing families with sky-high taxes, unaffordable rent, soaring energy costs, and record-high grocery bills. And cozied up to a defund the police, tax-hiking, anti-Semitic communist.
We came here to remake this state in the image of our people.
I can hear you.
But from the ashes of Kathy Hochul's failed policies, New York will rise, like we always do. The spirit of the Empire State cannot be broken. All we need is a courageous leader, ready for the fight. Elise Stefanik will make New York affordable and safe.
People in New York, no matter if you're a Republican, Independent, or Democrat, enough is enough. We are the most unaffordable state in the nation because of single-party Democrat rule led by Kathy Hochul.
As a working mom, congresswoman, and fighter, Elise knows families need more help, and she'll make New York affordable. That's why she authored and passed the largest middle-class tax cut in New York's history, letting working families keep more of their hard-earned money. Elise will reduce your energy, utility, and grocery bills. She fought woke insanity in our schools, stood proudly with law enforcement, championed small businesses, and will never back down from fighting for New York families. With everything on the line, we need someone who will deliver results and make New York affordable and safe for families and small businesses to not just survive, but thrive. Elise Stefanik will clean up Kathy Hochul's catastrophe and restore New York's greatness. Elise Stefanik for governor. It's time to save New York.
So like I said, thank you all for watching, especially ones that made it to the end. I will keep y'all, up to date with everything that's going on. But obviously, as you can see, a lot of people is just panicking in New York City that this man is really coming out showing his communist positions about confiscating properties. There ain't gonna be no free buses, no government-run grocery stores. I'm not freezing your rent. I just told you a whole bunch of crap just to get elected. That's the only thing he was doing, just telling you a whole bunch of crap, a whole bunch of promises that he can deliver on. He couldn't deliver on them. We heard what Byron Donald said about it. So like I said, thank you all for watching, especially ones that made it to the end, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.